All right, so earth signs, your overall energy is the wheel. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's fitting that the wheel is the overall energy for you because there has been a change in your situation, starting with my reading. I'm so frustrated that I did like a whole 30-minute video for you guys and none of it got recorded. I guess I thought I pressed record and I didn't. So I will probably just like post the cards that were pulled. I can't read on that same energy over again like that. So, yeah, I think it's very fitting that you got the wheel.
Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
So you also have the King of Cups, the Three of Swords, and then you have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. I will at least say that in your first reading, you were trying to establish balance, basically. And you had been stuck or undecided with something, and waiting for more information to come out. And so it looks like now, based on what I know, that your situation has changed and maybe you did like make a decision. Okay, so I feel like something had to maybe come to an end. It was just time, you know. It's like, okay, it's not necessarily anybody's fault, but because of this situation had to change. It's part of, you know, your destiny, or something that could have been also like beyond your control, or like outside forces definitely could have influenced you to get on a certain path. But it looks like maybe there has been some sort of separation or a breakup, maybe with a water sign. Or maybe your intuition told you that you needed to move on from a person or a situation. It does seem like maybe there could be some sort of betrayal, because now, you know, you are dealing with some sort of trust issues. Now, this similar energy also came out, but it was the Nine of Swords. This time you have like the Nine of Wands. So it's still kind of talking about some sort of inner doubts, inner insecurities, just inner work needing to be done. Because of something that you've gone through or experienced, you know, you are like now maybe not as wide-eyed as you were before. You're more cautious. You don't maybe believe what everybody says anymore. It's almost like finding out that Santa Claus is your parents and you're just like, I don't know what to believe anymore. So, you know, something has shifted that is affecting your trust and or abandonment issues. And it does seem like maybe some old scars have opened up, some unhealed scars. And it seems like you're on the fence about something. Now you're like, I don't know, like maybe I will, maybe I won't. I feel like you're really not trusting either something that's being said to you. Even though I feel like you've gone through something, it seems like there's still this willingness to fight. Now, it does look like you decide to take some sort of action or act fast after being hesitant about it. I'm seeing a similar energy. It was more prominent in the main reading, well, the first reading that I did, something in regards to candle magic. So I don't know if you are doing candle magic for protection or to remove something or to attract, or if someone is doing that to you or towards you. But I am getting a little bit of that energy. Okay. You may have been insecure or worried about expressing yourself fully, and then it looks like you just unleash and you're saying like everything. You're saying a lot of things, but I feel like this needed to be said. There could also be some sort of quick communication between you and a fire sign, or like something's going back and forth, text messages especially. So I feel that you're receiving something. It could be an apology. It could be a job offer. Whatever it is that you're receiving, it doesn't seem fair. Maybe initially it did, or maybe you were just trying to keep the peace. But ultimately you start to feel like this isn't enough. You might agree to something and then later regret it because you feel like now you're being shorthanded, or cheated, or it just feels unfair or imbalanced. And that's what you were looking for in that first reading. You wanted some sort of peace or balance, and now it seems like you don't have it or you lost it. Now, something is also a matter of pride or ego. Like something is also there for you, but you, at the same time, I feel like maybe you don't want to ask for it. Or maybe someone is like helping you and you're grateful for the help, but you need more help and you don't want to ask. You're like, that help, like I'm glad they gave me this, or I'm glad they said that they could pick up my child after daycare for, but I really need another favor, but I didn't want to burden them. Like something's going on where I feel like you still need more help, even though you just received some help. Financially, definitely seems like you could be in a tough spot. Maybe you just accepted a job offer, and then after you like calculated everything, you're like, that's not enough. Like something's going on where you just feel like, ugh, I agreed to it, but I need more. Now, something could be a test for you, like maybe something is testing you to step out of your comfort zone or to speak up and just say what you're thinking or what you need. Because even though it does look like initially you started to express yourself, maybe you just there's still more that you need to say. So another thing that could have happened is that there is a change in situation. Like it seems like at first something was sounding good, and then, you know, a decision that was made, maybe they rescinded a decision. It's like, okay, we give, now we take it back. Like something happened. I don't know. It just seemed like you're not getting what you need, basically. In love matters, I feel like somebody is not giving you attention that you need. Maybe you feel like in a bedroom you're not getting what you need. There could be something that is leading up to a permanent breakup. Like maybe something was just temporary, and then something could turn out to be permanent. You could also be comparing your situation with someone else's, or, you know, it's some sort of comparison that you're making, and it just still makes you kind of realize that, yeah, no, this ain't it. This isn't gonna cut it. And I feel like you also rolled the dice and fumbled, maybe. I would say if you're literally going out gambling, you might need, if you win, stop. Don't keep going. Even if you break even, stop. But yeah, it almost feels like some gamble didn't pay off. Now, I don't know, too, if someone says something to you kind of disrespectful and makes you feel small. There could also be a situation going on between you and an air sign, or you and a fire sign, or maybe you're trying to compare these two individuals. Maybe you're also thinking about the people that mistreated you. You might not trust the situation because you feel like it's going to be toxic or karmic. You're like, I don't want to go into that situation. Whether it's a relationship or a job, whatever it is, you just kind of seem to be concerned. I'm also getting someone who is afraid of dogs. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I'm also getting something like some sort of results coming from a doctor, and wondering how that happened if you're only with the one person. And so there could be some sort of disappointing news finding out through your doctor that someone has been unfaithful. Now, you might need to have a conversation with several people Okay, so I think I'm getting a similar energy. What was it? It has something to do with your job and maybe like a conversation going on behind the scenes. Something that could be involving your position and you feeling like something was discussed without your consent or without you knowing. You felt like you should have been included in some sort of decision, but you weren't. So then you start to wonder if you can even trust your employer. Initially, I feel that people are in support of your ideas or in support of something that you're wanting to do, but then it looks like there is a shift or a change. Initially, it seems like you felt included. Now you feel like you're being excluded. You might have to make some sort of new arrangements. Something could be going on with your schedule or an appointment. Something might have you looking for a new job. Maybe you start to feel underappreciated, or in regards to relationship. It seems like initially you're working on it. Somebody might be wanting to work something out with a fire sign. If you were talking to someone and things were going good at first and then this person pulled away, and you maybe knew or was aware that they were in some sort of a weird situation, it does look like maybe this person is talking about working things out with a fire sign, unless you're the one talking about it. There's also a possibility that somebody is trying to find out some information about you, whether it is an employer or somebody who is trying to see if you're in a relationship. I feel like somebody is observing you and trying to understand something about you. Somebody might be asking you questions directly or asking about you. Career-wise, it kind of feels like maybe they're trying to see if you'd be interested in some sort of a transfer or a change in position. I don't know. It seems like initially you agree to it, but then you regret it. You might have been excited about something at first. If somebody that's in a relationship keeps reaching out to you, they're unhappy in their relationship, but at the same time, they're not breaking up or leaving them for good. I feel like you're coming off a little withdrawn or guarded. Maybe you're needing to heal. It seems like you're not wanting to open up and share something until you feel more at peace with your situation. Again, that is also what came out in the first reading about not wanting to share something because you were trying to make peace or trying to heal. So that's also something that's coming out again. Health-wise, there could be something going on where maybe there's a deficiency or you are under the weather and just trying to recover or recuperate, building your strength back up. It feels too like you keep changing your mind about something. Like one minute you say you're going to do this or you're going to go in this direction, or you're just going to trust spirit to guide you, and then you just change your mind. You're like, no, I changed my mind. I don't want to go in this direction. I want things to stay the same. I don't want things to change. Yeah. So initially you were open to, moving forward with whatever the universe was handing you. And now I feel like you are rejecting what the universe is trying to offer to you. Maybe you're like, no, I can do better, or I can find a better deal, or I'll wait for the universe to bring me something better. But ultimately, it still seems like you end up suffering in silence. You might feel rejected if you're not being heard. There could also be something that is a little triggering to your emotional well-being. Something might set off your anxieties or insecurities. If someone doesn't agree with you, it might affect you more than it should. Something has you thinking about things too much, and then you might go into a dark space. Try not to stay isolated so long. You might start to feel like something was a bad investment or a bad decision or a bad idea. It's like something you're like, I don't know if I should have did that. Yeah, especially if something is affecting your income. I feel like you're trying to be patient. You also might decide to speak out on something when it's too late. It's like, oh, you should have said something sooner. You also might reject some sort of job offer. If you've been looking for work, you might end up rejecting some job offer. All right, so let's pull some energy cards. All right, additional messages for earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have journey, attachment, the temple path, overall energy, storm warning. All right, so like I was saying earlier, maybe there have been some sort of changes happening that were beyond your control. And it just seems like there could be some sort of sudden events, a change of events that put you on a different path. You might find yourself in the middle of chaos, and it seems like something maybe has to be destroyed in order for you to have some sort of clarity or to see a clear pathway through. I mean, it could be some sort of sudden changes at your place of work that sends you packing. But even so, I feel like it was meant to put you on this path. Like something is part of your spiritual path here. And it does seem like there is a pathway that's being illuminated for you. You also could be forced to see yourself or a situation for what it is. So another similar message that I got in your earlier reading was about you needing to hold yourself accountable for something. And it does look like maybe you're starting to do that. You are kind of like looking at yourself and you're like, okay, maybe I am the cause of XYZ, or maybe I could have done something differently. So it seems like you are kind of like removing some sort of false mask. But this needed to happen. Like, had this destruction or chaos not happened, you wouldn't have seen things for how they needed to be. You wouldn't have gone on this path that you need to be on. So it's good that everything happened the way it did. Now, there also could be something mundane happening, like a storm, or lights maybe going out, or maybe someone needing to take some sort of temporary shelter. If not you, it could be a visitor coming to stay with you because of some sort of chaos that happened or storm. If you are going through some sort of a breakup, or somebody's being put out the house or leaving the house, it still kind of feels like it might be temporary. Maybe there's a need to reflect. Maybe there's a lesson that needs to be learned. maybe you are needing to learn the value of something, or the person that you were living with does. Yeah. So if you start to feel anxious, I feel like maybe you're intuitive to some sort of changes that are coming. Like you can feel that there's something that's getting ready to change in your life. All right, so let's see what your love oracle is. You have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So if you're single, maybe you met someone that is like kind of shaking your life up. It also could be that because of a third person, it caused a separation or made you realize that you needed more in a relationship. But if you're single, you know, it just seems like you might have some sort of intense connection at hand. And maybe this is also just confirmation that this could be one of the greats for you. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.